Good morning, students. Am I audible? Okay, inform everyone to join. Okay. Uh, hello everyone. So recording is started. So this is a class of professional elective 3, real water supply and on-site sanitation system. Okay. So we are discussing about module 3. Okay. So hopefully we are going to complete module 3 today in today class. After that we'll start fourth module. Fine. So basically, we have 2 class left for third module. So in the particular coming classes, that means today, we're going to discuss about wastewater. Fine. So likewise, we have till now we are discussing about uh, the drinking water. Fine. Whatever treatment process that we are discussing about, targeting drinking water so that we can consume. Okay. Now, even after the consumption of water, either you are using for drinking purpose, or you are using for another other domestic purpose or any industrial purpose. So in different work, some certain amount of water may be used in every way. Okay. And that particular water after use, it's come as a waste. Fine. And that particular water is known as wastewater. Okay. And that particular wastewater is disposed of to the river or sea. Okay. And it is before distribution or before disposal of the wastewater into the sea or river via distribution channel, we need to go for some treatment process even for the wastewater, so that to reduce the harmful effect of the wastewater before disposing of into the seawater or river water. Okay. So let's share my screen now. Okay. So basically, what is wastewater? So we're going to discuss about that. So if I say in general, the wastewater is a polluted water, you can say. It's contain harmful element. The wastewater is a pollutant form of water generated from rainwater runoff, and human activities. Clear? It is also called sewage. So I think about sewage also we have already uh, have learned in last semester how we go for sewage management. Okay. Anyway, so basically when it comes to sewage, there are basically three types of sewage we can consider. Okay. So sewage is categorized under three heads. One is your domestic sewage, and then industrial sewage, and the storm sewage. That is the storm water, or you can say the rainwater. You can say. Okay. So we have to go for preparing the plan for managing this wastewater. So which is also known as sewage. Okay. Okay. So moreover, the treatment of sewage before disposing of into the seawater or river water is different depending upon what is the source of the sewage. What kind of sewage is that? Means we already discussed that there are three types of sewage: domestic sewage, industrial sewage, and storm water sewage. Okay. When it comes to treatment, when it comes to treatment, storm water and seawater, that rainwater does not need that much of, the level of treatment is less, you can say. Then domestic sewage, you can consider the level of treatment is little high compared to the stormwater treatment. And then the industrial sewage required the higher level of treatment because it may contain harmful chemicals. Fine. So if it disposed into the water without the treatment, it may harm the biological environment or of in the water, that means in the sea or what in the river. Okay. It may create a unhygienic environment for the living things in water. You can consider fish and all. Okay. So this is a very general definition of what is wastewater. which is also known as sewage. Different type of sewage we know. Okay. And when it comes to, if I say and different in other word, types of wastewater. Okay, here you can see type of wastewater. You can see. I think you can see here, right? So the types of wastewater can be divided under this head. So very clear flow chart is provided here. Here you can see overall this wastewater is divided under three heads: stormwater and runoff, industrial waste, industrial wastewater, and domestic wastewater. Fine. Even your domestic water is again divided under two heads: gray water and black water. Fine. The gray water may consist of the water coming from the bathroom, laundry, and kitchen. Okay. And the black water basically come from the urinal orifices, like from the water coming from the septic tank or from the human excreta. Okay. So this is the overall categorization of the wastewater. Okay. So you have to know this flow chart. It's better that you find out the proper definition for different uh, uh, types of water, like what is domestic water, what is industrial water, what is stormwater runoff. Okay. And then gray water and black water. Okay. So under black water you can see urine water and faces will be included here. For gray water, the bathroom, the water coming from the bathroom, laundry, or kitchen, it will be under gray water. Okay, this thing must be clear. Okay, so this is all about the types of wastewater. Okay, so the wastewater treatment. Now let's come for the treatment. It is similar to the treatment of drinking water, fine, but some process involved in the treatment of wastewater little bit different. I'll not go in the very detail of that particular treatment process that you have already have got this thing in your last semester. Right? Anyway, so the wastewater treatment, also known as sewage treatment, the removal of impurities from wastewater or sewage before it reach the aquifer or the natural bodies of water, such as river, lakes, okay, or ocean like this. So before disposing of the wastewater or sewage into the natural source of water like river, ocean, or lake, some treatment process must be done on this wastewater. Okay. Now the pollution contained in water depend on the type of and concentration of the impurities found in the water. That's the similar thing we have already discussed in drinking water treatment. That means what treatment process you are going to adopt is depend on what impurities present in a particular water sample. Okay. Like in drinking water, even in the wastewater also, we can categorize the sewage characteristics under different head. Okay. So like a particular sewage or wastewater may contain a dissolved solid, suspended solids, and settleable solid. Okay. So we can also go for measuring during the treatment. We have to go for measuring the quantity and types of impurities, types and quantity of the impurities present in particular wastewater. After that, depending on the types and the quantity of the impurities, we have to select your treatment plant. Okay. So in broad terms, water is said to be polluted when it contains enough impurities to make it unfit for particular use, such as for drinking, swimming, or fishing. It's a general term. Okay. Although water quality is affected by natural conditions, the word pollution usually implies human activities as a source of contamination. Water pollution is therefore is caused primarily by the drainage of contaminated wastewater into the source water or groundwater. So basically, there is a summary of what you mean by the water pollution. So water pollution is basically it is a broad uh, topic. Fine. In a very simple way, if I want to define water pollution, basically when a contamination of the water occur by any means, by external means, it may be natural or maybe man-made. It is called water pollution. Fine. So the water pollution is therefore is caused primarily by the drainage of contaminated wastewater into the surface water or groundwater. So when a contaminated water or wastewater come in contact with surface water or even a groundwater, then you can say there is a pollution of water. There is a water pollution. So to resist or to prevent the water pollution, we need to go for treatment. We need to go for a treatment process for the wastewater so that we can reduce the harmful effect of the wastewater before disposal of the wastewater into the seawater or groundwater. Okay. So basically now let's discuss source of what wastewater. We have already discussed about that. So we have three broad categorization of wastewater. One is your domestic water, then industrial water, then rainwater. The domestic wastewater result from the water used in the residence, business, and restaurant. Fine. Industrial wastewater comes from discharges by manufacturing and chemical industries. Then rainwater, the wastewater coming from the rain in urban and agricultural areas, picks up debris, grit, nutrients, various chemicals, thus containing surface runoff. That is when the rainwater, part of the rainwater flow as a surface runoff over the surface of the ground. Okay, during the flow of the runoff, rainwater also pick up debris, grit, other chemicals may if they present in the ground. Okay, along with them. So like this, the particular rainwater also get polluted because of the contamination. Okay, that's why the rainwater also categorized as a kind of a wastewater. Clear? And different types of domestic wastewater we have already discussed here. Like this, domestic wastewater can be divided under gray water and black water. Fine, these things you have to know. Then common pollutant present in water. Let's discuss about the general terms of the pollutant present in wastewater. The wastewater contain a wide range of contaminant. Contaminant basically it's a term used for the harmful component. Okay. The quantities and concentration of this substance depend upon their sources. Pollutants are typically categorized as physical, chemical, and biological. Okay. Like under, if I say the physical characteristics of a sewage or wastewater, it will include dissolved solid, suspended solid, settlable solid. They are physical characteristics. Okay. Or you can say physical impurities. Under chemical impurities, we can say the nitrogen content. Okay. Dissolved oxygen. They are not, dissolved oxygen is not a impurity. It's a parameter to measure the chemical impurities in wastewater. I think you have heard this term, right? BOD, COD, biochemical oxygen demand, chemical oxygen demand. All these things are related to the wastewater treatment. Okay. So basically, it is used to measure the chemical parameter of your water, wastewater. Fine. Anyway, The quantities and concentration of these substances, that means the contaminant, depend upon their sources. The pollutants are typically categorized as physical, chemical, and biological. The common pollutants include the complex organic matters or organic minerals, nitrogen, basically a very important term, nitrogen, for us, rich compound. Okay, but when it comes to our chemical complex organic matters include what? Nitrogen, phosphorus rich compound. Okay, or other pathogenic organism like bacteria, virus, okay, or protozoa. All these things all are categorized under your biological impurities, bacteria, virus, all these things. Fine. So here, this is all about the general term related to your pollutant present in wastewater. Fine. So let's discuss about the process of wastewater treatment. Fine. This is the format is similar to the treatment plant of the drinking water, but main process will be different. Okay. The sewage treatment or wastewater treatment facilities use physical, chemical, and biological process. It includes physical process, biological process, even chemical process for water purification. Okay. Under physical also we can go for measuring the turbidity of wastewater, looking for the color of the wastewater, even the temperature of the wastewater. Okay. The process used in these facilities are also categorized as preliminary, primary, secondary, and tertiary process of sewage treatment. The preliminary and primary stage remove rakes and suspended solids. Okay. The secondary process mainly remove suspended and dissolved organism. Okay, these things are very important to remember. Okay, basic, what is the purpose of that particular process? Okay, tertiary method retrieve nutrients, remove and further polishing the wastewater. Disinfection, the final step, destroys remaining pathogens. So about like the way of doing for drinking water or any normal water, even for the wastewater also we go for disinfection to remove or to kill the pathogens or other harmful microorganism. Fine. So the waste sludge, it is a waste, the solid waste coming from that particular treatment process. Mainly it contains the human excreta generated during treatment is generally stabilized, dewatered, and sent to landfill or used in the land application. So basically, the solid waste coming from basically from the septic tank coming as a result of the human excreta. So it was taken separately for this decomposition or for in lying in a landfill. Okay. Regarding the composting and landfill, we're going to discuss in the next module. Okay. Anyway, so here you can see the basic line diagram of a whole process of wastewater treatment. Right? This kind of line diagram you will also find it in Google also. You can find out. So basically, overall, this it give you the detailed schematic diagram of the whole wastewater treatment plant. That means the wastewater or the sewage is enter in this process from this direction, coming as influent. Okay, it's entered the process from this. That means like in this direction, sorry, not in this direction, in this direction. So the wastewater coming as an influent in the process. And here you can see the whole, this is a preliminary process. Okay. So when it comes to sewage treatment, I already told you that a sewage treatment process containing four stages. Okay, like preliminary stage, then primary stage, secondary stage, and tertiary stage. That preliminary and primary stage remove your basically suspended and Rex matters. Okay. The secondary process mainly remove the suspended and dissolved organism. The tertiary method remove basically the nutrients. Okay, and it further pollutes the wastewater. And finally, disinfection. The fourth process, disinfection, to kill the microorganism, the harmful microorganism, or you can say the pathogens. Okay, so these all are included here. So basically, when it comes to in general term, sewage treatment plant, like the same way of the drinking water treatment, first we need a screen. Okay, so first of all, here you can see the screening is provided here. Okay, the wastewater coming from this direction, it entered the treatment plant, and there is a screening. And the basic purpose of screening, you know these things, to segregate the heavy solids, okay, or the large debris. Okay, so basically preliminary treatment, basically it's related to the removal of floating and inorganic impurities. So the other floating bodies and the inorganic impurities are removed by this preliminary treatment by using your screen or equalization tank or skimming tank. Okay, all these things, all this treatment process are under preliminary treatment plan. Fine. Next come primary treatment. Basically, primary treatment removes the suspended organic matters. Okay, and basically the primary sedimentation tank, I think, yeah, this one. This primary sedimentation tank, basically it is under primary treatment process. It basically, this primary sedimentation tank removes suspended organic matter. Okay, before that we have screening, grid chamber. Okay, so using the screening and grid chamber, this is under preliminary treatment process, and it removes the floating and inorganic impurities. After that, it goes to primary treatment, that is your primary sedimentation tank, and it removes the suspended organic matter. So before that, inorganic matter was removed and the heavy suspended matters will be removed. Then in the primary treatment plant, the organic matter, suspended organic matter will be removed. Okay. After that, it will go to the sedimentation, secondary sedimentation. Okay. From this primary sedimentation, the wet sludge is go to this, the heavy waste, that means this one. The waste sludge generated during the treatment is separately stabilized, dewatered, and sent to the landfill used in the land application. So from the primary sedimentation, the heavy solid waste was separated by this, and it was maybe used for different purposes. Maybe used for biogas, maybe used for decomposting, or maybe used for landfill. Okay, maybe transported to the landfill. Okay, the solid one, solid impurities one. Okay. So regarding biogas, then septic tank, then about the landfill, decomposting, all these things we're going to discuss in fifth module. Clear? So in this direction, the water, the impurity contained water, wastewater will flow, the solid will go in this direction. Can be used for biogas, or you can use for septic tank, or for your landfill, fine, or you can for this decomposting. Anyway, after primary treatment, it goes to secondary treatment. So under secondary treatment, it may basically contain your trickling filter. Okay. So basically it removes what? It removes organic dissolved particles by biological treatment of organic matter. So basically secondary treatment process involves biological treatment of organic matter. It kills the organic dissolved particles by microbes present in water. Okay, the microbes present in water are used to kill the organic matter by going through the biological treatment process in the secondary treatment here. Okay, fine. After that, The fourth treatment process, which is known as tertiary treatment, it basically kill the microbes. Okay, because we don't need the microbes also in the particular wastewater. The pathogenic impurities or microbes, microorganisms are killed by disinfection, basically chlorination. So like the way we do for drinking water, chlorination is done for as a disinfection process. Even for the wastewater also we go for chlorination. Fine. After that, it can disposed in the seawater or river water as effluent. Okay. So coming this is the treated water and it is disposed to the river and sea. Okay. So this is the whole process of wastewater treatment. It is kind of a revision class. This is because this is already you have got in your last semester. You can also go through in reading by through individual treatment process, how they work. Okay, I am giving only a overview of the treatment process and the flow chart. Fine, and the basic process, the step-by-step process of the wastewater treatment. Clear? So this is all about today class. I just want to end my class here, and it's kind of a homework to you. Go through your previous class notes of fifth semester, or you can also take up your textbook of water environmental engineering. Find out and go through the studying the wastewater treatment process. Okay, starting from the primary, preliminary, then primary, then secondary, and then tertiary. Okay, all these things you just go through the reading again. Fine. And also different types of wastewater, then different type of domestic wastewater. These things are also important. So with this, I just want to conclude my class here. We'll meet again. Now it's like 11, right? We'll meet at 11:15 like that. Let's take attendance for you for now. After that, we'll take a break. I will talk. We'll take again class. Okay. So till now, is there any doubt? Let me close my sharing also till then. Any doubt till now? So in this class, we already only discuss about types of wastewater. Okay, water pollution and how the impurity present in wastewater and how to treat a wastewater. So this thing we have discussed in this class. Next class, that means in the next after a few minutes, we are going to start the second next class. In that particular class, we are going to discuss about. It is a continuation of this class. It will be a continuation of this class. Okay. Anyway, so is there any doubt? अगर डाउट नहीं है तो I'll just close the recording, then I'll take your attendance, then we'll take a break. Fine. Everyone, please switch on our video then. Okay, आज कितना तारीख है? 11. Okay, I'm closing the recording now.